Hello, good people. Welcome to a new episode of D&D, that is Dada Next Door. As usual, I'll be your host. I'll be taking you through the trending topics, everything interesting that happened in the recent weeks. And today we'll also be discussing a bit of a fun topic, so stick around and find out. So without wasting a lot of time, I want to welcome Sharon, our producer and also co-host. Welcome, Shaz.
Co-host. I've been upgraded, guys. I'm no longer a guest.
Yes.
I'm now a co-host.
You've been promoted.
Upgraded, promoted. Comme ça.
Tell me, how are you feeling?
Cold. It's a chilly afternoon, but generally I'm okay. I'm good.
Anyway, I always say interesting things are always happening in Kenya. Literally each and every week, we always find something to discuss. So thank you so much to our Kenyan content creators for making sure you also give us content.
We never lack content because of you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So the most interesting thing that, according to me, that happened in the recent week was Akothe's wedding. Oh, I'm telling you, that wedding was everything. It was glam. It was a royalty kind of wedding. Ama, how did you find that wedding?
I mean,
or extravagant?
Cheers to the married couple. It had a feel of royalty, but I don't know, maybe my expectations are high because when you hear of a royal wedding, there are things let me just say my expectations towards the bridal, it's called the bridal
team.
Yes, I had high expectations with whatever they were going to have on. I didn't have an issue with how the bride was. She was elegant. Akode was looking absolutely marvelous with the gown.
P.S. Her gown cost 700,000 Kenyan shillings. I think for me, it just felt like a celebrity gathering.
Meet and greet.
Yeah, because how is it possible that all these people are acquainted to Akothe? I mean, even if we know that the entertainment industry in Kenya is small, but is it possible that all those people that were there are her friends? Because that is the question that I was asking myself. Or they paid?
Paid partnerships for wedding.
Yeah, I want my wedding to trend. I want it to look glamorous and everything. I want it to be on the airwaves. So what do? I make sure that I invite all the celebrities in Kenya that are popular.
I think I could ride to that line of thought because we also had those, what are they called? Media personalities, the digital media personalities that went and are always streaming events, the likes of Mungai Eve, something commentator, 254 commentator. When I say these people, I am assuming you understand who I'm talking about, who were invited to stream the wedding on their platforms. And let me tell you, from my little experience, I don't think you'll have someone as Mungai Eve with the numbers she has accumulated on her YouTube channel to stream your wedding for a God bless you.
True.
So maybe
I think it was a way of popularizing it. But all in all, you just do what you want to do. It's your wedding, it's whatever. If you want to hire Kim Kardashian to come and show up in your wedding.
I'll just ask a very, I don't know if it's an oblivious question. So having this huge gathering of the who's and who's in Kenya, from the political arena to the acting scene, musicians, comedian and whatnot, how does it impact you? Apart from having all these people, the flashiness and whatnot, how does it reflect to your marriage moving forward? That's just my question. We move.
The rhetorical question of the day. There's a story that really caught my attention. It's not a Kenyan story, but I'm just gonna read it out. So PSG star Ashraf or Akraf? Ashraf Hakimi's wife filed for divorce and wanted more than half of the Moroccan footballer's property and fortune. When they arrived in court, they realized that Ashraf Hakimi had nothing. Hakimi had put his entire fortune under his mother's name a long time. Wow. And I was just like, boy, you're smart, but did you like think you're going to divorce, or how did you end up doing that? How does that make you feel?
Hey, Hakim. I know his Mbappe is like close homie or best friend, whichever the case. But when I saw the story, and first of all, I had to go back and just understand where all this was coming from. So recently, like a few months ago, a lady sued him for rape. The lady said the footballer sexually assaulted her. But then, although the footballer has not given an official statement, he said he was trapped because I believe, I'm just speaking from what I read. They were flirting. He sent her an Uber to the place. They had a good time. And then the next thing, he's been sued. So he says it's a trap. And on this other end, first of all, this man is 24 with 2 kids. Cheers to you, because me at 24, God knows what I was doing. But anyway, you have the money. I mean, you're paid over 1 million euros per appearance, or is it per month when doing so? Of course, he has the money. But again, I also understand he started out his football career while he was still young, like maybe in his late teens and whatnot. So ideally, he had the mom take care of his expenses. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I could be the devil's advocate and say he had not preempted something like this will happen. It's maybe something that they did before he was of age and he could understand what was happening and not to be taken advantage of. But now it has come in handy because...
And you know this, do you think this ex-wife knew like the whole situation about his property and all that?
I doubt. Just imagine pulling up to court. You're like, listen, by the time this divorce is over, I'll be a billionaire. To the shock of your life, your man's property, none whatsoever. Even the cars are not under his name, are under the mom. So you can't claim.
Yeah.
You can't claim. Maybe the only thing Hakim will be told to like give is maybe child support. And not sharing. I don't know if they were legally married. I understand he's Muslim. Of course, they had to be legally married and whatnot. So he'll only maybe just have him pay, have the wife have him pay child support, and that's it.
So sad for that babe. But it has
sad. Dear men, today I'm on men's side. You know what to do. Nasikia mumesema men's conference and your key speaker.
I know. You know. This story has just reminded me of a few other stories we've had in the back of, women trapping men, women accusing men of rape so that they can get, compensated. And I'm just like, why have we made it a trend as women? Like, it's very difficult, and it's very sad when somebody has worked so hard to build a brand for themselves, to, be where they are on top and all that. And then you just think, I'm going to make money out of this person.
I think, first of all, it's a very sick mentality coming from us ladies, that you just think you're going to trap someone so that you can get something off them. Imagine if it was reversed. How much noise will we make?
We would make noise.
How much? Oh, he did this. And already we always make noise. He did this. Yes, women's right, blah, 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 which is fine. I'm not ruling out that there are things that we need to fight for. But when the roles flip and this, like, how do you even walk into someone, or rather maybe spike their drink, just do something, and then maybe force yourself into them and then walk to a police station the next day and claim assault? First of all, you need to see a therapist, because I don't think that's a normal person.
I agree.
You need to see a therapist. Why? What was the reason? Money? You are not going to get that money because... And also, please also check who you're arguing with. This person might have their money. You might think they have money, and although it has been confirmed the money is with the mother, but it's a lot. It's a lot for me, but I just don't get it. Like, why?
Ladies, please, let's find other means of becoming rich. Anyway, let's move on from that topic, because if we start thinking about the thought process and the mentality and
the creativity,
oh my God.
The creativity. Can we channel that creativity to something else? Because we could be far as a gender. Something more positive. You know what I mean?
So Sharon, have you ever been in a situation where you're doing something which is not illegal, but you're feeling guilty about it?
Yeah.
Things that are illegal, or things that feel illegal but are not actually illegal.
Maybe, I don't know if I should admit it, but I know it's not prescribed, but I do feel like I have some bit of social anxiety. And there are things I do because I am nervous. I'm like, Jesus, this feels wrong. I need to be doing something. Like me standing up and telling the conductor, Shukisha.
You have to like rehearse it?
Yes. I'm a nipe change yangu. It's not a crime, but why do I feel anxious? I'm just there like, naomba change alafu nishukishe. Like, yeah, I need to alight. How else am I? And we are not that much of like, let me use the term civilized, to press the button. That's why we have conductors, because Kenyans, we will still shout.
But even conductors don't use the button. Have you ever seen them using? They just prefer to bang the...
Munapanda matatu gani? Whatever I'm doing or I'm purposing to do is not illegal, but I feel so much pressure. It's as if it's illegal. Someone is going to punish me if I do ABCD. So the first one, leaving work at exactly 5 p.m. It's 4:55. You've packed your things, and then now it's time to clock out, and you're just there,
and nobody else is moving.
Yeah, you're like, hi guys, did the clock out time change? Because no, and it seems like you've all started being busy. Time yenye 5 imefika, twendeni home. Sasa hiyo ndio unaona mtu anafungua machine, anabeba file, anatoka kwa hii desk, anaenda kwa desk ya mwingine. Why? Anyway.
Why do we gotta pretend, guys, though? I don't know, but I have been in a working space where 5 meant 5. 5 meant 5, my friend. So for you to leave at 5, it means you have to start preparing to leave from at least 4:50. 4:50, you're concluding on the things on your email.
4:50?
Yes.
4:30.
And then 4:55, your bag is packed. You've gone to the washroom if you need to. And then 4:59, that's when you stand up. So that at 5...
Are you waiting for a bell to ring or a buzzer like, bah, it's time?
It's crazy like that. But anyway, I don't know why people feel like it's a crime. It's not a crime.
I don't
think
it's a crime. You
have served. You have done your best, sis. Go home. Go home. Another one. Have you ever nyimad your mom money? Like you have it and she asks you whether you have money and you just like, no. For me, that feels so guilty, but I've done it.
Well, I can explain. And plus, on her end, it was not an emergency. It's something that could have waited. So I was like, I miss Nadu.
And sometimes I rationalize it by saying, hey, mom. In my head, I'm like, hey, mom, if I don't give you, you'll find another way of getting the money. Sindio?
Yeah, I just use her words against her, but in my head. Is it an emergency? Is it? It's not an emergency. It's something that can wait. Then let's wait. Let her never come across this video.
Now she'll be looking at you and like,
Hata yeye ameniambia ana pesa na maybe alikuwa nazo.
Yeah, you never know. And then there's this one for you are walking and then you remember that you had forgotten something and then you're supposed to turn around. But you're feeling like, no, I shouldn't turn around because people are watching. But you just have to turn around and go back. So how do you do it? Do you like just about turn immediately? Or do you pretend to check your pockets? Or do you... How do you go about
I've done all that you've mentioned. I've pretended to have received a phone call and now I have to turn back. I've pretended I've forgotten something, so I pat my pockets and my bag, and then I've just done an about turn. I'm like, you know what? To hell. Yes, nimefika hapa and I feel like I should not be taking this direction. I've taken a U-turn and I've walked shamelessly. But deep inside, I'm like, mwenye ameniona anasema tu huyu madam is self-confused. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is.
I am more of the just turn around quickly without even thinking about it, because I know once I start thinking, I'll just keep thinking and I'll keep walking towards the direction that I'm not supposed to be going. So once it hits me, I have to turn around immediately.
Kesi badai, my friend. Judge me later. Goodness. But you know what shouldn't be a crime? You getting on the at the cashier and then whatever you had budgeted for, maybe an item you picked and then it has gone past the money you had. It's okay to rudisha that whatever item you had. Why do you always feel like the earth is about to open and swallow us alive? And then they have to start shouting, password. It's not wrong. As si ati atujajipanga ni vile ile pesa tulikuwa tumepanga tumefika tukapata vitu.
The math is not mathing.
Vitu zimepanda bei. Sasa unaona vitu zikishapanda bei na ile pesa uko nayo haitoshi. Itabidi umeacha moja na nikiacha moja jamani msiniangalie vibaya. You see these the street vendors, they like the thrifting on the street. You go there like, hey, I want this, and they're like, this one will fit you. This one will fit you, and then you're like, hey, why am I here? My budget does not accommodate this, or nothing here is interesting me. And then now you have to start say, na sijatoa pesa kwa card. Ati hey. Sinifike tu hapa nitoe pesa, and then they tell you hakuna shida madam tuko na till.
Kama tuko na M-Pesa
ama unaweza nitumia tu haina shida. And you're like, mimi sijui. Do you know there's some people who actually get mad, like really pissed. And there's this friend of mine who runs a clothing store, and the few times I've been there and someone comes in and anatufanya tunasaidia kutoa nguo, nataka hii kisha anavaa zote alafu anakosa kununua. I always feel exhausted. So whenever I'm shopping and I just remember the feeling I had when I was at my friends, and now I'm doing the same thing, but then I'm like, my budget does not accommodate. Ni kiburi ilikuwa imenileta hapa na hiyo kiburi imeisha.
Or maybe the way you pictured the clothes fitting you is just not making any sense on your body. So you won't buy it. You won't force yourself to buy it. Just because you pulled it from 20 feet away from the floor doesn't mean I have to buy it, my friend. So it's not illegal. You don't even have to explain. Just say, no, I'm not buying.
When you're going to buy a CD, it's not a crime. We are adults here. We know protection is important. But why are you doing why are you reciting 7 words? Niaje, nisaidie na nini. You've been reciting it from the moment you stepped out of your door all the way to the chemist or shop. And then you get there and your anxiety peaks to 1,000. And then you find, worst case scenario, you find the older generation. Watu kama wawili wasaba wako hapo. And then you have to stand and wait kila mtu anunue hata kama watachukua 10 hours alafu ndio uitishe chenye unataka. Why? It's
not a shame. That is why I think people have more people prefer to buy them in the supermarkets.
Supermarket is better. Tracy,
you won't have to say the words.
No, imagine you've picked kuna queue. Hakuna supermarket ya Kenya haina queue. Umepanga line. Alafu kwanza ifike hapo ile barcode ikatae kusoma. Anze kuitisha password.
No, I don't think that's bad.
Password.
No, it's bad when you go to the supermarket and you don't have other items in your
No, but
it's the only thing you want to pick.
Sasa nianze kununua mafuta ya kupika na mchele ndio isikwe the only thing.
You know what someone thinks when they see that? You know what someone thinks?
Msherati one
someone thinks it was in the middle of the session and
things ran out. No, you had to rush.
Yeah, because you know.
No, I'm just trying to be safe. We've always been told when if you took these units in if you took the common units in university to always, if you're a lady and you can walk around with a packet if you know you're active. Why are you judging me as if
do ladies buy condoms?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the fact that I've never seen anyone in a supermarket buying it, I don't know what time they nunua, but I've seen kwa pharmacy. But supermarket, no. Afadhali kwa duka, pale naweza whisper, my local. niaje mama nani si uni plug and then you point na macho hiyo next hiyo ingine supermarket uko tu hapo
supermarket is better or in short just go and do it like as part of your monthly supplies shopping. You just stock for the whole month.
Have you ever bought undies in a supermarket?
No.
You've gone to the supermarket and you've found they've restocked very nice undies. Kwanza the lace ones, umechukua umeka kwa cart, and then you get there. And because cashiers, I'm looking at you because nyinyi devil's advocates.
And I know I do. And you're like, surely you only need the barcode, why are you?
It's as if all of a sudden the cashier is blind, haoni, ainue. Listen, if this one was here, kama hii barcode ingine ilikuwa hapa, of course hata ingine itakuwa hapa. It's not a crime to buy underwear in the supermarket, but why? Why are you making me feel awkward about buying such things? Why? But I think that is as a result of sex shame.
Yeah.
There's so much sex shame in Kenya. Why? You'll see people pregnant, but the moment you ask them what was the process, and everyone's like, huh? Me.
That is why our parents used to tell us that they bought us in the supermarket.
My mother. My mimi supermarket, and I bought it.
The word sex does not exist.
It's illegal. You cannot say it. Now that you've mentioned, let me take you back. I understand you watched soap operas while growing up. Just unpack for me how it was when a kissing scene came and you were watching a soap opera with your parents. Tracy, utaanza kuchukua mchele ilianguka kwa carpet 10 years ago.
Looking at other things within the room that you don't usually look at.
That's when you realize, oh, this table is dusty. We could wipe it, you know. Mom, ulisema pipe ya kuchota maji na kuanga wapi? Alafu once the scene is over, you're back. Why? I mean, we're watching a soap opera. These things happen. But now, because of how our society is, it's illegal. So, I mean, you know what? We move. Anyway, please share with us on the comment section. How do you buy some things without feeling awkward? Because personally, for me, I think I'll die. My anxiety will be over the roof.
Maybe to conclude on this topic, another one that makes me feel very guilty is you've gone somewhere, they have offered you food and you've accepted, and then halfway umeshindwa kumaliza.
Kama chakula ni mbaya.
And you're just like, oh my God, if I return like half the plates, yataona ni madharau. But umeshiba, most probably, ama you don't like the food so much. So you don't know if you should say something or just achana nayo. Oh my God, that one gives me stress.
You're just there stuffing yourself with something you're not enjoying.
Yeah.
If I die, I die. If today is the day, you know what? It's okay. Thank you, Lord, for the time you gave me on earth. Speaking of that, I've been a photographer, I've been a videographer at events where food was involved. And Tracy, let me tell you, eating, we are always budgeted for when you go for these shoots. But tell me why, when I eat with other guests, ina sound kama nimefanya makosa? Why? Just check all the weddings you've attended ama events. Mbona photographers wanakulianga nyuma ya tent ni kama wanajificha? It's not illegal. Please let us eat and don't give us that judgmental look. Sasa hawa watapiga picha saa ngapi na watakula saa ngapi? It's so bad to an extent why, and maybe just do a survey. Most of the time, these technical people will take food, weka, maliza kazi kula. Yet they can, there's a way you can, if you're a big team, you can have this team cover, then interswitch. But ati wageni wanakula pia nyinyi mnakula na nyinyi ni service sana videographers na photographers. If you feel it's very hard for you to, you know, things like contraceptives and whatnot, I mean nowadays there are apps where you can order these things, they'll be packaged well and they'll be delivered at your doorstep. These also include for those that wanatumia sex toys.
Yeah. Woo. That should be a topic. Point is, let's normalize these things. They're not bad, they're not illegal. And some of us really need to work on our social anxiety issues because zingine too, it's just...
It's not easy. Where? It's not easy.
So guys, let's normalize these things, and also in the comment section we want to hear what are those things that are not illegal but doing them feels illegal. Maybe we might be interested, it might be interesting to learn some of the things that you guys find, awkward. So let us know. As always, keep engaging with us on all our social media platforms. Use the hashtag Dada Next Door or hashtag DNDKE on all platforms. So stick around, guys. Subscribe to our channel. Please. I know you're loving this content. And next week, we'll be having another interesting episode. So make sure you've subscribed by that time so you don't miss out. Cheers and peace out. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Kwaheri.